Recognizing that leadership involves continual development of followers and ongoing renewal of their commitment, understanding, and involvement, as explained by Grossman and Valiga, I started to analyze my interactions with my followers. I was able to identify that I had not been focused on development of my followers in our relationship, but focused on the outcome and end results. Grossman and Valiga assert that leaders need to recognize that others will admire, respect, and follow those who make them feel important, appreciated, provide a sense of belonging, and encourage a sense of engagement. Followers need to feel like they have a purpose. Upon reflection, I came to realize that my purpose should not have been to focus on the task at hand, but on developing my relationships with the members in the subcommittees, encouraging their independence, and empowering those around me. Grossman and Valiga would refer to my approach as transactional leadership, seeking task completion and outcome focused. They would suggest transformational leadership would enable me to motivate those around me to perform at a higher level beyond expectation. I recognize that although I was appointed the position of fundraising coordinator, it was more than likely due to my expert power, and in order for my relationships with my followers to be successful, I should focus more on serving my followers to achieve referent power. As I looked further into the concepts discussed in the course, I recognized that the suggested sequence to improving one's leadership by Grossman and Valiga would help me address this newly realized opportunity. They state obtaining feedback from peers and supervisors, using the feedback to improve and developing a method to obtain continuous feedback as successful steps to take. Putting this into practice, I asked a previous employee of mine to describe my leadership attributes and abilities. Before I could even tell her about my aha moment, she stated that I was extremely driven and motivated to succeed and help those around me, but that I took too much on myself and that I was a perfectionist to a fault, often putting way too much pressure on my own success and performance outcomes. I chose this individual to incorporate feedback in my development portfolio as she is someone I could trust to provide honest and constructive feedback about my performance, had worked with me for several years, and had the opportunity to see me transition from a peer to a formal leadership role. Grossman and Valiga state seeking feedback from peers and potential followers is useful in assessing your leadership qualities, and therefore this feedback is supportive of my growth and improvement. This feedback reaffirmed the path I was already on. As I continued to ask why, I began to list my areas for improvement. In order to enable others to act, there must be trust, a strong relationship and engagement, Kouzes and Posner explain. These were all areas I needed to improve. I was not gifting my followers with the trust. I had not developed much of a personal relationship with them and had not shown my vulnerability, therefore may not have come across as authentic and genuine. Had I requested feedback from my followers about what I could have done to better support them and what would encourage their engagement, their performance may have improved. As I reflected further, I identified the tools that I already have to support my progress and realized I'm equipped to take on this challenge. My self-awareness, reflection, and ability to communicate openly are strengths I can continue to build on. My thoughts and beliefs about leadership and followership have evolved significantly from the beginning of this course to the end. I am now able to identify the attributes and abilities of a strong follower and leader, recognize the importance of a symbiotic relationship between the two, and understand the significance of the environment in which they exist. I believe Kouzes and Posner's explanation of leadership being about behavior is a good place to start. In developing a growth mindset through the creation of this development portfolio, I'm taking responsibility for my behaviors and acknowledging that I have the ability to change them, which ultimately impacts the outcomes and interactions with my followers. As Grossman and Valiga state, leaders emerge and continue to evolve as a result of experiences, purposeful self-development, and interactions with a variety of people. Therefore, this discussion of self-exploration through my aha moment, connecting leadership concepts learned in the course, and analyzing the outcomes of my actions will enable me to put a plan in place to improve my ability to engage others. Through a purposeful process of creating this leadership development portfolio, I'm acting as a leader of self, taking my growth into my own hands, and committing to the lifelong process of continuing to challenge myself to become a better leader. My commitment to improving this ability will be extremely beneficial throughout my nursing career, as delegation, collaboration, and teamwork are necessary to a successful grad nurse and in shaping the future of nursing.